Hi, welcome to the Success Portal with me, Dr. Franklin, life strategist. Today I will be talking to you about heartbreak on this journey of success. When talking about success and on this channel, most of the stuff that I have been sharing on the channel has been to encourage you and to motivate you, and I've been looking at a lot of positive things with regard to pursuing success and being successful in life. But on this journey, as I've said in some of the videos, is that you will experience some hurdles, you will experience some detours, and sometimes what happens is that you might experience heartbreak. You may go through some life crisis that might interfere with your momentum on this success journey. And sometimes what might happen is that you might have a relationship problem, or you experience a financial setback, or you experience the loss of a loved one. These are things that may happen in this life and in your journey to success that might potentially discourage you. And it's important to be aware of that though each and every day you're pushing towards a certain goal, you are wanting to achieve something in life, and here comes a crisis that just comes along your way and might potentially derail you or affect your momentum or become a source of discouragement. And it's important to know how to deal with that. And some people don't know how. And when something tragic happens in their life, or a setback happens, they actually become disturbed or even distracted, and they actually may potentially lose their vision or their drive to succeed. And some people actually never recover from that and become completely derailed from their vision and their purpose. Honestly speaking, life crises are not easy. It's not easy to deal with the crisis on your journey to success, and we are all different in how we deal with the different crises. I will give you an example. When my mom passed away in year 2008, I was still in the medical school and I was in my fourth year of study. It was a difficult situation for me because she played a vital role in my life in terms of helping me, encouraging me, and assisting me up until that stage in my life. My father did play a role, but my mother played a bigger role in my academic achievements and in my personal life achievements. So losing her at that point in my life, which was quite an integral, an important stage in my life and in my medical training, was something that was very painful for me. And at the time that she passed on, I struggled a bit to accept that and go through that phase. And I remember specifically when I was going through the grieving phase, I felt like my world had literally come to a standstill and that everything else around me didn't matter. And something out of me was crying out to all the people that I saw and met in that particular period of grieving. And this voice inside of me was crying, saying, I have just lost my mother. You can't be continuing, all these people can't continue life as usual because I'm going through this. And I felt that the world owed me something. The world was to kind of cry or grieve with me, and everybody else around me was to understand that I was going through had gone through a difficult situation and I had this loss, and like they must just go out of their way to be nice to me, to accommodate me, grieve with me, cry with me, hold my hand, be there for me, do everything for me. I know it almost seems irrational, but that's how I felt. I felt that everybody else's life had to come to a standstill, and everybody's attention had to be on me and my family and what I'm going through. But I realized that people had to continue with their lives, and people had to do whatever they had to do. And I had to deal with my grief and what I was going through. And my eyes were opened to realize that though I was going through this grieving process, the world was not going through that. And it was unfair for me to have a sense of entitlement in this life just because I had gone through this crisis, and just because of what I was going through did not mean that everybody else around me owes me something, owes me sympathy, owes me special attention. My eyes were open, and I know some of you may be like, come on, you were taking things to the extremes, but that's how I felt. I felt like everybody else had to be extra nice to me, everybody else had to be crying with me, because as far as I was concerned, my world had fallen apart, and I needed all the help that I required at the time. I eventually came to that realization that my mother had lived her life, and her time had passed, and I had to live my life and to continue to push forward. And also when you have a loss like that, so many things going to your head, so many things go through your head, and you ask yourself, what is the meaning of life? Why did my mother have to leave at this point when I needed her most? Why did this happen? Why could she have not lived an extra 10 years or an extra 20 years? What could I have done to prolong her life? I mean, is there something that I could have done? Is there something that I did not do? Who is to blame? Is it the medical system? Is it the government? Is it my relatives? Who is to blame? And you go through that so-called grieving cycle. And so many things happen to you. And one of the things that happens is that you recalibrate emotionally at that point. And the way you see the world changes. Your perspective of life changes. And the glasses through which you see situations and different things begins to change just after that loss. And though it was terrible, but there were so many things I learned. And one of the things I learned was to become stronger. After going through that loss, you also ask yourself, is life worth it? Is what I'm doing worth it? Because at that time I was pushing towards achieving this goal, and we were, I had my family which supported me, and my mother was in the very center of that. And then suddenly she was gone, and she was not going to see my final product and enjoying my success. And it becomes difficult, and you start thinking to yourself that is it actually worth it? Is it worth me continuing to push? Because the person or the people that mean most to me are no longer there in my life, and this success becomes empty if I cannot enjoy it with the people who are of value or the people that I love. And that was a difficult situation for me. And I'm sharing this because there might be somebody who might identify with what I went through. But I want to say to you that in your pursuit of success, your success should not be something that is selfish, whereby you want to achieve something great for yourself or just maybe for your loved ones. You need to look beyond that. You need to think of your success as something that is going to benefit not just yourself or your immediate family, but something that is going to benefit society, something that is going to benefit your community, your country. That you succeeding is a plus for your community and your country. And hence that is why you are pursuing success, because this reward or this success is bigger than yourself. And you achieving success is something that is going to impact generations to come. And hence, it is worth pursuing. I'm not being a prophet of doom and gloom, but I can assure you that in your path or your quest to be successful, you will have a crisis somewhere, because your passion and your vigor or your desire for success will be tested, and you need to stand when that happens. Yes, a temporary setback may kind of affect you emotionally for a while, but you need to regather strength like a phoenix, as I said in one of my videos, and rise up again and go for the goal that you've set yourself for. Thank you so much for listening to me. This is Dr. Franklin, Life Strategist. Till next time, goodbye.